Shelf with my cars, you know, like the cars. And I was like, man, and go, this and the magnet.
Badass cable. Okay.
Oh yeah, yes.
Dude, it's only, so we have a friend that we have one that other guy, Loki, when we were here. The other guy, Loki, he can come up with just, I think. But you see how, like, I'm trying to find a way to get out of this. Ooh! I grew up with that.
Small soldiers, baby.
I know.
I remember when they introduced the rodeo burger just for them at Burger King.
Dude, right now, Eric looked at me, he was just like...
I was like, you... Damn, I almost want this fucking Rat King. This is fucking awesome. Oh look, Rocksteady. Human form.
Loki, where are you? Oh, look, eating.
Oh damn, look.
Hey, that small soldiers one is cool.
This is fucking badass. Oh look at this fucking set of oh, with a fucking armored Cobra Commander. Damn. Oh shit. There's the fucking smoking. This other motherfucker. And look, bazooka, backlash, yeah. Don Cheadle, he's a hero.
I was with my fourth box
Hey yo.
all day, but 3 only showed up. And then there was a point.
Hey YouTube, welcome back. Thanks for checking this video out. Now this video is going to be a little different. We're not going to be doing a review of a new release or a figure that has come out recently or anything like that. As you saw from the previous little segments, I was over at a vintage little pop-up from a local collectible shop of mine. I was living out of town when that store was opened up and they started doing their whole business here in my hometown. But I quickly got to know them, hung around. I really liked their attitude. I liked the whole ambiance and the environment and what they had to offer. Really neat guys. But you saw the tables out there. They had a lot of shit, a lot of neat stuff. So one of the guys there that's associated with them just had bins and bins and boxes and a whole storage full of just a lot of stuff, you know, from the late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s. And, you know, one day they were just up and talking and I was like, hey, let's just throw a little vintage pop-up and throw some of these classic things that I've had for the longest time and see if anybody wants to buy them. So that's exactly what we did. I had pulled out a couple of my own classic pieces myself, you know, stuff, you know, doubles and things that I had just thought about either getting rid of, selling off, whatever. And we weren't scalping them. I think they were very, very decently priced, and a lot of people did show up. They supported, so we are grateful and thankful for that. So we want to continue doing some of this maybe once a month or so, just to kind of give back to the collector community and give the people a chance, or collectors a chance, to have these awesome rare vintage items, you know, at a good, you know, reasonable price. You know, nothing like eBay, nothing like some of these Facebook groups that are just charging top dollar for an item that came out 20, 30 years ago, not for nothing. Like, I'm one of those guys, like, I'll pay you a good dollar for a fucking piece that I really, really like. But when it comes to kind of just general things, you know, hey, you'll price them and let them go as you please. But just to go over a couple of things that that I picked up. One, we'll just go over this one right quick. Demona. Now, this is freaking awesome. This is great. I like this one a lot better than the damn NECA one. Yes, I will say that. Now, I believe this is whoever was making the gargoyle figures back in the 90s. I want to say it was Kenner, you know. But if I'm wrong, I'll put that in the description. You know, I was just super excited to see her. It was great. She came in complete, but I mean, for $4, I was not gonna fucking pass this up. Come on, give me a fucking break. Homeboy gave me a great deal. The wings still flap, but I am trying to rebuild all my 90s nostalgic collection, and she still stands. Look at that, fucking perfect. It's gonna go great in my classic vintage 90s vault shelf. So, Henchman Death Hug Dean from the Tick. Now this one's cool. It still has his little gimmick is still a little tight, but he's got this switch right here in the back. So there's the Death Hug. Opens up, closes. So he was this screw head and the Tick, the animated cartoon back on Fox Kids. So, and this one, homeboy let me have it only because I did pick up Jumping Tick for another $5. I wasn't gonna say no. And a lot of Tick figures that I found, the torso always becomes a little discolored from the rest of the body. No big deal. He still has his little jumping gimmick, but okay, never mind. Never mind. He's just gonna fall, but he still has that spring action. Granted, one of his antennas is broken, but it's still great. Hunk if you love justice. So, his figure is fucking cool. A couple of months ago, I passed up a 12-inch, you know, enlarged tall Tick. But this is a perfect replacement or addition to my collection because it sizes up with all the other figures and pieces that I got. So, I am good there. Now, another notable piece, a 1992 movie foot soldier. Now, of course, it came in complete, no weapons, but I do have a couple of turtle weapons that I could set him up with. And still pretty solid, stands. Put him up on my shelf, just depending on the angle. The table here is a little off-centered, but as you see, it is still, most of these, the legs are really wobbly. The hip, you know, the hip joints there just are shot. But for its time frame and for its articulation and still intact, for $4, $3 actually. Fuck yeah, I was gonna take this foot soldier. I'll just take some other pieces from either the Super 7 or some of my other vintage turtles. Just give them a sword. That's all they need. That's, I guess. I think I still have some weapons from. Hey, you just saw the Demona fall. Anyway, I still have some weapons from the Ultimate Foot Soldier from NECA. So we'll just transfer them over to this guy. No big deal. Same thing. Hey, foot soldier's a foot soldier, right? Now we've got Throttle here. Biker Mice from Mars. Now, we do know that, what's that company? I'll get to that company in a little bit, but they're the ones that also remade the RoboForce, LaSalle, something like that. They are remaking a limited run of Biker Mice from Mars figures. Now, he had all 3 Biker Mice. Moto's my favorite one, but I don't know why. Just something told me just get the original Vinny, and then when LaSalle comes out with their new retro release of Biker Mice from Mars, I'll just get Throttle and Moto. I don't know. Maybe I'll just get all 3 of them. Fucking, it's badass. Like, this is the underground, like 90s vintage figures, cartoons, toy line that several people had because they weren't as popular as Turtles. But it did develop, it did get, you know, some good traction. And then my favorite piece right here. I was about to sell a foreign carded Ninja Force Snake Eyes. I was looking for this lightning bike for the longest time. Of course, I had a few watched items on my eBay, but when I saw my buddy pull out a box, all I remember seeing was, god damn it, the neon tire just sticking out from the top, and I'm like, dude, is that the fucking Ninja Force lightning bike? I pull it out, and he's like, yeah, man, go for it. You know, oh, wow, take it for $10. I was like, dude, for $10, fuck yeah, this is a fucking steal. So let's see if the missile still shoots. Oh, fuck yeah. You see, so I've got my carded Snake Eyes. I'm not going to open it yet, but just wanted to showcase some of the awesome vintage and old 90s nostalgic pieces that I picked up today. So this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about whenever I talk about in my videos, that this is the stuff that I buy, this is stuff that I collect, this is what I'm going to start to, you know, reinvest in. Getting rid of a lot of my newer legends, getting rid of a lot of other stuff, reevaluating my collection because I just went crazy. I went down rabbit holes that I was not supposed to go down, and I sort of lost focus of what it is I really wanted to collect. But seeing a lot of these older figures, knowing that people still have a lot of this stuff out there and out for a good price, I'm going to practice a little bit more patience and really, of course, again, like I said, think about what it is I want in my collection, what I'm going to completely invest in, so that I just don't end up with stuff just to buy or buying just to buy. So those are my scores. Those are my nostalgic pieces from today's or this week's toy hunt, in a sense, or you know, local comic shop score. This was great. Infinite Apparel and Collectibles in Laredo, Texas. We're going to have a lot more of these, so give them a follow on Facebook. I'm going to leave the link and the tags out in the comments or out in the description. Post them up right here in the video as well. So give them a follow, check them out, follow their page, shoot them a message. We'll get right back to you. A lot of the stuff is reasonably priced. Check out our lives, check out our inventory. We are stacked. So if you guys miss anything at all and you want to pick anything else up at all, let us know and we'll set you up. Here we are for all the collectors and anybody, any fans of any lines, brands, comics, TV shows, you name it. So thanks for checking this video out. Catch you guys on the next one.